Welcome to Mental Health Now. We hope that all of you are doing extremely well. So आज का वीडियो स्टार्ट करते हैं. So today's video is about 10 psychological defense mechanisms. So this is going to be the first part of it. We are going to discuss 10 major psychological defense mechanisms. हम 10 defense mechanisms cover करेंगे जिसमें से 5 will do in detail today with all the examples and explanation, or later 5 we're going to cover in the next video. So as far as the topic is concerned, we all know that it is specifically for psychology students, and this particular topic is important because it comes in your entrances like UGC NET and MPhil and other sorts of entrance examination. So without wasting any more time, let's just start the video. What are defense mechanisms now? So, firstly, Sigmund Freud developed the idea of defense mechanisms. This we all know. So, if anybody wants to study his work and study this in all detail, then you can go back to Freud's work in literature. So, he developed this idea of defense mechanism as a way to understand human behavior. Okay. Freud proposed that people use defense mechanisms unconsciously. So, first characteristic of defense mechanism is that it's unconscious in nature. People use it unconsciously as a way to avoid uncomfortable feelings and emotions and to reduce the anxiety, because there are times when we feel overwhelmed and under a lot of stress or any painful memory. So, to lower down the anxiety and to avoid the uncomfortable feelings and intense emotions, we use defense mechanisms. So, primarily, it is to reduce anxiety and it's unconscious in nature. So, here we go, that defense mechanism is a way of reducing anxiety by distorting the reality, right? In the first slide, you must have seen that it's not denial, but I just see or I just perceive or accept the reality selectively. So that picture depicts that how defense mechanism work, that you're very selective of what you want to believe, what you want to run from. So all those filters come in, right? So when we talk about the distortion of reality, it means both the internal reality of your feelings and the external reality of other people and the physical world. ठीक है? So defense mechanisms briefly यही है कि to reduce the anxiety we use defense mechanisms, because there are times we experience stress and painful memories, right? And it's unconscious in nature, and we try to distort the reality, we try to run away or ignore the actual facts or the reality, right? So some of the major ego defense mechanisms, so the first one here is repression, which is forcing a dangerous, threatening memory, idea, feeling, desire, any sort of wish out of consciousness and making it unconscious because it is dangerous, threatening, and not so pleasant to accept, right? We're going to look at some examples, और examples के through समझने का try करते हैं what repression is all about. So, the first is a 5 to 6 year old child repressing its incestuous desire for the opposite sex parent as part of the Oedipus complex. Firstly, Oedipus complex, Electra complex are part of Freud's concept of psychoanalytical theory. You can read about it in detail. But Oedipus complex is the male version of it, and there's another which is Electra complex, which is the female version of it. So basically, these Oedipus and Electra complex, these concepts talk about the desire for sexual involvement with parents of opposite sex, and there is a sense of jealousy and hostility towards the same sex parent. So the validity of the theory and all the judgment has to be all yours. You can study the different perspectives and then have your own point of view on that. But coming back to the example, that how repression works. So having sexual desire for the opposite sex parent, it's not a very pleasant or it's not a very easy feeling to, to live with. So to repress it into your unconscious so that you don't feel very uncomfortable or guilty, within. So that's how you suppress the uncomfortable or the not so good feelings which are very threatening and stressful in nature. The next example is blocking difficult thoughts from entering into the consciousness, such as a trauma survivor shutting out a tragic experience. A trauma survivor can also be any abuse survivor, any rape survivor, any survivor of for that matter. So, initially post catharsis, even in the therapies and CBT and all, we use this thought blocking process because it helps the client to understand, accept, and then try to deal and move forward with whatever had happened and detach from that particular traumatic experience in order to live better in coming future. So that's how in certain traumatic experiences also clients repress a certain threatening or a extremely painful memory somewhere down into their unconscious, and then try to move forward. So this is how repression works. Again, the thing which I want to convey here is that all the defense mechanisms we all may have used at some point in our lives. हम सब ने defense mechanisms use करे हैं, but short term में this may work at times, but if you are thinking of solving your long term life problems and making it your permanent solution to it, then it's not considered healthy and desirable. So make a logical choice here of how you need to cope to certain situations, right? So the second one is denial. If you had seen the first picture, it clearly says that I am not denying, but I'm selectively accepting the reality or something like that. You can go to the picture and refer to that. So this is all about defense mechanism, that you don't accept the logic, facts, straight facts, and even with evidences, because you want to understand and accept selectively. So here the denial, refusing to acknowledge certain aspects of reality, refusing to perceive something because it is so painful or distressing that you don't want to process it, register and process it in your head somewhere. Let us just try to understand through examples. um, तो हमारा जो first example है, refusing to accept that a relationship is on the rocks. So there are times when two people are involved from a very long span of time, and when they know that it's on the edge of ending and things are not working out after being together for such a long span. So because it is so painful to accept the reality, the real facts, that they try to ignore it or just drag it for some time. So this is denial, that you know it somewhere, but because it is so painful that you completely refuse to acknowledge the certain aspects of reality. Or in some cases, if someone close has passed away, you just don't believe the news, you just don't believe if someone told the facts to you. You just completely shut yourself from believing or to even knowing more about it. ठीक है? ये डिनायल यूजुअली बहुत सीरियस इलनेस जब किसी को हो जाती है, फॉर एग्जांपल एचआईवी एड्स और कैंसर, दीज क्रॉनिक इलनेस जब किसी को हो जाती है, तब भी देर आर टाइम्स व्हेन पीपल ट्राई टू कोप through denial, that they refuse to acknowledge the that it exists. So someone suffering from serious illness may altogether deny his or her illness because it is actually very painful to accept that someone has few more months to go, right? Another example is a smoker denies that his habit has negative health consequences, so he can continue smoking. um, चाहे the person is alcoholic or addictive to alcohol, or the person who is very smoker from a very long time. So उनको पता है, everybody knows that substance, if excessively done, what are the negative health consequences, everyone is aware of it. And even आजकल तो मीडिया और एडवर्टाइजमेंट भी इतना क्लियर है that everybody can see it on the packets, everybody knows about it. But because it is denial and it is one of the defense mechanism, people will only accept the certain part of things which they want to accept. ठीक है, तो चाहे उसके कितने भी फैक्ट्स और एविडेंसेस उनको दिखा दिए जाएं कि नेगेटिव हेल्थ कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस होते हैं, बट अ स्मोकर विल ऑलवेज गिव आर्ग्यूमेंट्स एंड डज नॉट इवन acknowledge a certain aspect of reality, and they refuse to perceive something because it is distressing for them. But internally they also know it, that obviously smoking has negative health consequences further if continued. Let us just move forward. So rationalization. So rationalization, I think we use it quite often, and we try to sound very intelligent while doing that. But it is not necessary that every time rationalization is actually a rationalization. So finding an acceptable excuse for something which is really quite unacceptable. Okay, so I've tried to give this cover story word which preserves your self image or that of someone close to you. ठीक है, so हम सब लोगों के लिए अपनी सेल्फ इमेज बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, एंड दैट इज वेरी दैट होल्ड्स वैल्यूज एंड वेरी कोर टू अस. तो हमारी सेल्फ इमेज हैम्पर हो किसी भी चीज की वजह से, any of us don't want that. So justifying our own actions, our own thought system, belief system, and others action to yourself and actually believing it. ठीक है, सो रैशनलाइजेशन यही होता है कि जब कुछ बहुत अनएक्सेप्टेबल है, देन यू फाइंड एक्सेप्टेबल एक्सक्यूजेस फॉर दैट टू मेक इट वर्क एंड टू साउंड इट मोर लॉजिकल टू यू. Then you try to make it like a covered story which will preserve your self image, and you will give rationalizations to preserve your self image, and you will actually justify, and even in the end you will believe it also. So the first example is being cruel to be kind. I only did it for you, it was in your best interest, right? Now who knows that being cruel is to be kind, but because you have been using rationalization and you're using it as a cover story, so you will give rationalization reasons like I only did it for you, it was in your best interest, or maybe in reality it was not, right? The next example is a student rationalizes cheating on a test by saying the test was too demanding anyway. So cheating is never a solution, and we all know that a student or anyone must not justify doing cheating. But यहाँ पे rationalization use हो रहा है to sound it more logical or acceptable to preserve one's own ego and self image. So यहाँ पे वही चीज हो रही है कि स्टूडेंट बोल रहे हैं कि चीटिंग अगर उन्होंने करी है तो वो उसे जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं और उस पर बिलीव भी कर रहे हैं, stating the statement or the reason that the test was anyway very demanding, right? Coming to the next defense mechanism, which is displacement. सो डिस्प्लेसमेंट, हम एंगर डिस्प्लेसमेंट के बारे में बहुत बार सुनते हैं. सो इट्स काइंड ऑफ सिमिलर, choosing a substitute object for the expression of your feelings because you cannot express them openly towards their real targets. ठीक है, सो जब हम सब्सटीट्यूट ढूंढते हैं अपनी इंटेंस फीलिंग्स को, अपने अग्रेशन को, अपनी किसी भी तरीके की फीलिंग को express करने के लिए, but we try to find a convenient target because we are not able to express onto the real target itself. So you transfer your feelings onto something quite innocent, harmless, जिससे आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी, because it is convenient in some way to you, right? तो displacement यही होता है that you choose a substitute object for your expression of feelings ताकि आप उसे एक्सप्रेस कर सकें और एक कन्वीनियंट टारगेट ढूंढ के एक्सप्रेस कर सकें, बिकॉज अब रियल टारगेट पे अपनी एक्सप्रेशन और अपना रिएक्शन नहीं दे सकते थे. So here are the example goes, anger with your boy girlfriend is taken out on your mother, father, brother, sister. It happens a lot of times when we are pissed and just had an argument with our significant ones or our loved ones, and then we were not able to express it there. So that anger, frustration, or that reaction displaces to someone who is more convenient to express on, like your mother, your sister, or anyone. Or you slam the door or kick the cat at times. So remember the last time you were so angry that you could not give a reaction back to your father or your brother. So you just slam the door and try to express that anger onto that door, because yes, it is more convenient that way, right? So next example है कि an employer who's frustrated with his business losses blames his employees instead of rethinking his business strategy, right? Because वो सिर्फ फ्रस्ट्रेशन डिस्प्लेस करे जा रहे हैं, बट एक्चुअली में कोर प्रॉब्लम क्या है वहां पे काम नहीं कर रहे हैं, राइट? सो दैट्स हाउ इट नीड्स टू बी टू थिंक ऑल्सो कि ठीक है, डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म्स होते हैं, हम शॉर्ट टर्म में यूज करते हैं, बट वी मस्ट ऑल्सो लर्न टू हाउ टू ओवरकम दीज डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म इन द लॉन्ग रन, बिकॉज दीज डू नॉट सर्व अस इनटू द लॉन्ग टर्म solution scenarios, right? So the last one is for this particular video, because this is part one and we're going to continue in the part second, and over there we're going to finish the last five psychological defense mechanism. Coming back to projection, attributing your own unwanted feelings and characteristics onto someone else. ये हम बहुत बार करते हैं, even we, you, a lot of people do this, that when we try to attribute our own characteristics, our own personality characteristics onto the other person, we try to project our unwanted feelings, frustration onto the other person. Examples. So a father has body image issues but refuses to make lifestyle changes that would help him. Rather, what he does is, so this is the point to catch, what he does is that he literally shouts and berates his daughter for her weights, projecting his lack of self confidence onto her. Okay, so his unwanted feelings, his feeling from which he was running was lack of self confidence and body image issues. Now the father was trying to project those issues onto her daughter, projecting his lack of confidence, right? So this is one of the very interesting example, and we do it because अगर कोई चीज हमको प्रॉब्लमैटिक लग रही होती है या बहुत अनप्लेजेंट होती है, तो वी ट्राई टू project it onto the other person, making the scenario like I hate you becomes you hate me. Originally, it remains that I hate you only, but because you're projecting your feelings onto the other person, so now the blame goes onto the other person, राइट? सो यही है डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म, एंड स्पेशली प्रोजेक्शन के बारे में, दैट इंटरनली आप वो चीज फील कर रहे हैं एंड यू हैव दैट फ्रस्ट्रेशन एंड अनवांटेड फीलिंग्स, बट यू ब्लेम द अदर पर्सन बाय प्रोजेक्टिंग योर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑन टू देम, राइट? So the last example for this particular video of projection is that a woman is in a bad mood all day and comes home to her husband. So this can be a man, this can be a woman. So it's just a mere example. If you want to be neutral, gender neutral, so you can take as a man coming home or a woman coming home, whatever suits you. So the point here is that after greeting her warmly and asking about her day, she instantly accuses him of being in a bad mood and ruining her evening. But originally, what was the state of mind and the emotional state was that she was already frustrated, and now blaming and projecting her frustration and unwanted feelings onto the husband, and then accusing him for ruining her evening and the rest of the day, right? So that is how these defense mechanisms work. But again, I would like to say that these only work into the short term solution when we want that breathing space, और हमें कई बार किसी चीज को process करने के लिए time लगता है, तो short term solution के लिए it works, but long term solution for your life problems, it is not desirable. So overcoming these these ego defense mechanisms are also necessary. Thank you. for this particular video. We're going to connect into the next part of the defense mechanism video, which is part 2, and stay tuned for that as well.
Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel.
Hit the bell icon to get updates on every time we upload a new video. Stay connected and thank you so much for watching.